Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, and there was a shit show at the Capitol last night. um, Trump gave his first speech to the joint session of Congress of his second term, and um, it was worse than I thought it was going to be. Um, it was riddled with lies. It was mean. It was mean spirited. It was inaccurate. Uh, it was just so oddly boastful. I, I hated every second of it. I only watched an hour. That's as far as I could make it. Um, and I did watch the response from the Democratic senator from Michigan, which was like, again, it feels like a pool noodle at a knife fight. Like, what do you? I don't get it. Um, he lied so many times about the economy he inherited, about uh, the price of eggs. I don't know why he brought up eggs. The price of eggs were so high under Biden. They're double now. What are you doing about that, buddy? He touted his tax um, uh, package that he wants to pass, um, and he was saying that in the campaign he promised no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. None of those things are in the proposed bill. Not taxing Social Security benefits is something I agree with. That would be one thing that he could do that I would agree with. Um, but it's not even in the legislation. And he talks about how much they've gotten done. Everything that he's done is tied up in court, and he hasn't done one single legislative act at all, except the Lake and Riley Act, which is a piece of shit. I can't believe they just keep trotting her family out. That's political pawn theater bullshit. And because the Lake and Riley Act makes it easier to deport anyone, not someone who's a criminal or who's committed a crime, anyone. And and that poor little kid with cancer, they made a big to do over, and all the time, like he just cut off funding to cancer research, pediatric cancer research. The Supreme Court did over or uphold the lower court's ruling that he can't just, um, you know, negate $2 billion worth of aid from U.S. aid. I don't know whether or not he'll actually reinstate any of it is beyond me because he doesn't seem to care what the law does. But I'm sure he was regretting saying thank you to John Roberts because John Roberts voted to uphold that ruling against Trump um, this morning. So I don't know. It's sickening to me to see Amy Farley Griffin and Sarah Haynes only focus on the things that they liked, which was the human interest bullshit stuff. Um, you got to dig a little deeper, Sarah, and uh, it's just pathetic. And look at all the things that he said. How meanly, rudely, and disgustingly he spoke of Democrats and of trans people. And the country's not going to be woke anymore. Fuck you. Jane Fonda said it best at whatever award show it was, the SAG Awards. Woke just means you give a damn about other people, and it was pathetic. And the Democrats, just like Amy Farley Griffin said yesterday, had this scattershot approach of protest. Some didn't show up at all. Some walked out during it. Um, I think his name is Al Green, did the yelling about Medicaid, but you couldn't understand what he was saying. You couldn't hear him. Um, and then he got removed, and it was like, to me, that's just like you're just perpetuating the angry black man trope, which was not good. And Sonny's right. If he's going to get thrown out, then they all should have gone out with him. Otherwise, they're holding up these stupid little paddles saying, resist. Oh my God, I'm going to wear pink. Today we wear pink. Oh my God, you can't sit with us. So frustrating. Um, just to see how mean-spirited the whole thing was, and the Republicans just cheering about people's lives being ruined. And like, where is the fucking humanity? And the Democrats just sitting there. So gross. If you were in, 1930s Germany, and it's like, oh, and some of the government, wore pink suits in protest. Like, come on. Ah, I don't know. I have a headache. And I have a feeling that part of it is that speech, and part of it is how much I had to drink to get through that speech. And I didn't even get through the whole thing. I had to mute him because it's so gross and it's so mean. Um, and that's the part I don't think I can get over, the cruelty of it all. Um, anyway, um, that one's done. What tragedy befalls us for the next day?